Hello, dear students. Welcome to GFG platform. This is Dr. 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐞, and along with me, my colleague 𝐿𝐴𝐿 Devsani, welcoming you to this session on GATE 2026 Computer Science Opportunities, Subject-Wise Weightage, Important Topics, and Best Practices. So, boys and girls, today the result is out for GATE 2025. Some of you might have got excellent score, might be dreaming for entering into IITs, NITs, and IISc. And some people might have got reasonable score. Some people might have got disappointed because of not a good preparation. So in this regard, you might be preparing, or you might be thinking as to what you should do. Should I take a drop and should I prepare for it? So some of you, maybe because of unpreparedness, might have got a disappointing score, but you have made up your mind that no, I should go for next year preparation. So in that regard, I think myself and 𝐿𝐴𝐿 are here to guide you to a certain extent. Okay. So I will start with the famous quote of Bruce Lee, which I feel personally that it is well applicable for preparing for GATE or GATE preparation journey. Bruce Lee said that knowing is not enough, we must apply. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willingness is not sufficient enough, we must do it. So I say this is a two-pronged strategy which equally fits for GATE preparation. For writing the GATE exam, you should be knowing the subjects, you should be knowing everything. But knowing is not enough. Knowing is sufficient for semester exams. But what is primarily important for GATE exam is application. We must apply. That is the distinctness of the GATE exam. If you know the concepts, if you know the subject, you can write your semester exams very well. But that is not sufficient enough, even though that is a necessary condition, but not sufficient enough to break or appear or basically qualify or write the GATE exam. We must apply. GATE is all about application of concept. And that is what we basically teach at this platform, how to apply the concept in solving the problems. Okay. And secondly, having the will. Okay, you are keeping on pondering, you are keeping on thinking that, no, I should write the GATE exam. I should, if you keep on thinking about that, that is not sufficient enough. Willingness is not sufficient enough. You must do it. You must do the practice. You must learn the subjects. You must complete on time. You should have a distinct, proper strategy for writing the GATE exam. So in this video today, along with myself and 𝐿𝐴𝐿, we are going to focus on subject-wise weightage, the important major topics that needs to be covered for appearing or writing or preparing for your GATE journey. Boys and girls, I'm able to see some of your comments. I know your anxiousness, your inquisitivity for the queries that you have. I'm very sure 𝐿𝐴𝐿, after my coverage, 𝐿𝐴𝐿 is going to address some of your queries. Don't worry, just relax. Let us complete some part and then we'll come to that. So boys and girls, in the preparation journey, I would say that primarily what is important is knowing the syllabus first. So those who are planning to prepare their GATE 2026 journey, the first and foremost thing is know your syllabus, know your exam pattern. That is primarily important. So what subjects are there? What is the curriculum? Because for some subjects which you have studied in semester, the same syllabus is not there in GATE. Either you have some reduced syllabus or you have some increased number of topics. So knowing the syllabus and know the exam pattern. Exam pattern has two types of questions. We have basically two, like the general section and the technical section. General, I mean, you have aptitude and quantitative ability, verbal ability, and then you have the technical side, the technical subjects, around 11 subjects we can say of computer science, starting from first year going up to fourth year, first semester. Okay. Ideally speaking, the GATE preparation, if you start from second year or third year, is best. And those who are in first year also can even think of appearing for GATE exam or GATE preparation. So at GFG, as 𝐿𝐴𝐿 is going to tell you later point of time, we have got batches for everything. So we have planned our sessions, planned our batches in such a way that it suits to your requirements. Suits to your requirements. K1507, we will tell you when to solve the questions, when to appear, when to write the test series, when to take up PYQs. Everything will be addressed by 𝐿𝐴𝐿 at the second half of the session. In first half, let me tell you about the subjects and their weightages. This is the general weightage, as you can see here. So as you know, these are the subjects. We have general aptitude part A, engineering mathematics plus discrete mathematics. So on an average, the general aptitude section will have 15 marks, and then engineering mathematics plus discrete mathematics will roughly vary between 11 to 13. Then you say TOC will be taught by Mallesham at GFG, 7 to 9 marks. Compiler design, 5 marks. Computer organization architecture will be dealt by Vijay, 8 to 10 marks. So that's a heavyweight subject. Programming and data structures, another focusing area, will cover around 11 to 13 marks. Computer networks, 7 to 8, another good subject. DBMS, 6 to 7 marks. Algorithms, 5 to 7 marks. Operating systems, 7 to 9. And digital logic, 4 to 6. So what I'm trying to say, essentially, all the core subjects have good weightage. So boys and girls, I'm to tell you that there is nothing like leaving a subject. There is nothing like leaving a topic. If you want to score well, if you want to aspire for getting a single digit or double digit rank, please, you have to focus on all the subjects. I generally don't say subject, I even say topic. You cannot afford to leave a topic. Some people may be saying, okay, you can compromise this subject, you compromise that topic. That is not going to work out. You can take the feedback from the experience or from the experiences of the people who have scored low in GATE 2025. One of the potential reasons for that, maybe they might have left some topics, they might have left some subjects. So that is not at all a good idea, boys and girls. So essentially, when you are doing a long-term preparation, you have to focus on all the subjects, including general aptitude, including engineering mathematics and discrete mathematics. Then only you can be self-sufficient. Then only your confidence level will be high. Otherwise, you will always be in a dilemma. Confidence levels will always be poor. Because in this regard, I may not be wrong if I say, basically the GATE journey involved 3 C's, 3 letter C's. What are they? Commitment, consistency, and confidence. You should be committed. You should have extreme clarity, consistency in your preparation. And most important parameter is confidence levels. Whenever you are solving the question, the key for success in GATE is confidence levels. If you are boosting up your confidence levels, then only you can stand a chance to get a high score in the GATE exam. So confidence plays a very important role. 3 C's, boys and girls, remember: commitment, consistency, right? And third is confidence. So every GATE question you are solving, you should ask yourself, is there any delta X improvement in my preparation, in my solving the problems? Ujjwal Hazra, please wait. We are going to talk about the textbook, the order, everything we are going to talk about. Okay, don't worry. So this is about the weightages. So this will give you a rough idea as to what subjects you have to essentially focus on. So try to focus on high scoring subject first and then low scoring subjects. Those subjects which you feel are damn difficult for you, you try to target them first, and then easy subjects you can cover at later point of time. And those who are in first year and second year, they can start right from programming, digital design, data structures, right? Like that you can keep the order. Okay, keep the order. And then what are the important topics? So after this, what are the important topics of some of the subjects? Like if you take the subject of computer organization and architecture, even though we are saying these are important, but that doesn't mean that you can ignore, you can leave other topics. No, these only primarily based on the previous year questions. What all questions have been asked in those topics, we are trying to focus on that. Majority of the questions in earlier papers were asked from cache memory, pipelining. Like you take 20-25 questions also set to, there were some good questions from pipeline. And then floating point representation, that is the number representation. These are important areas, challenging areas in the subject of COA. So at GFG, Mr. 𝐂𝐤𝐳𝐤𝐬 is going to deal with this subject in a beautiful way, in a very simple way. But otherwise, generally, it is a tendency of the students. Most of the time, students feel that COA is one of the tough subjects. And I'm very sure with Vijay, he will definitely make it very damn easy for you to follow it. Then coming to the next subject, important topics of C programming. Again, C programming play a very important role, programming in C. It's a versatile course for most of the programming languages. And in the GATE exam, we have focused on C programming. And emphasizing topics are recursion and functions, pointers, arrays, and storage classes. Some of the batches here at GFG will be dealt by Mallesham also. So he's going to basically also indicate some of the focusing areas of C in a very elaborate and distinct ways. Okay. And then coming to data structures, because C is close, I mean, data structures is closely related to C. There is a linkage between them, a weak or strong link, you can say. Because generally, when you do data structures has to be done with some programming language. Okay, some programming language. So therefore, the essential important thing like linked list, trees and graphs, and hashing. Hashing is an overlapping topic. Hashing is basically covered in data structures and algorithms also, because data structures and algorithms are very closely related. Some of the topics of data structures overlap with algorithms also. Like you said, tree and graph traversals, you basically focus on in algorithms also. So there's a close relationship between them. So essentially, arrays, linked lists, and trees are quite important topics as far as C programming is concerned, and data structures are concerned. And like that, if you talk about algorithms, so yeah, at GFG, I deal with the subject of algorithms. So essentially, even though there are all the topics are important, but invariably, based on the previous year history, we can see that one is complexity, that is time and space complexity is one focusing area from where you can expect a lot of questions have been asked, and you can further expect questions in the future. Sorting algorithms, like for example, insertion sort, bubble sort, heap sort, quick sort, and from these sorting techniques, you can expect and some questions. And like that, another area is divide and conquer and greedy technique. Of late, these two techniques, we are seeing a lot of important questions being asked in PYQs, previous year questions. So that is a focusing area in the subject of algorithms. And then operating system will come at future point of time. Because I deal with operating system, I would basically cover up operating system. So from operating system, I would say CPU scheduling, right, synchronization, and memory management. These three topics are of significance. Even though I'm saying this, but GATE 2025, there was a very good question from file system. So that doesn't mean you can ignore file system, because we are not listing out here. So essentially what I'm trying to say, or what we are trying to say here by means of important topics, is that these are not the only topics. I mean, majority of the questions, if you take past 25 years, 30 years papers, majority of the questions were from these areas. That is what we are trying to say. So in operating systems, focus on CPU scheduling. Generally, for the past 8 to 10 years, I'm seeing one question compulsory being asked from CPU scheduling. One question compulsory being asked from memory management. Okay. And one question basically from synchronization also. But unfortunately, for GATE 2025, we haven't seen a question from synchronization, but that doesn't mean you can leave synchronization. So from here onwards, Mallesham would continue. But again, before I leave, I have to leave the session for some work. Mallesham will continue from here. But before I leave, again, I would like to re-emphasize the same point. Boys and girls, my dear students, children, I would like to tell you that when you are preparing your journey, GATE journey, don't think that you can take some compromise on any subject. Forget about subject. I just say forget about any topic. You cannot even think of compromising on any topic. Some instructors, some people may say this topic is not important, that subject is not important, you can leave this. Some even aspirants would say, I have prepared only for 3 months, right? And then 3 months preparation is sufficient enough. Don't fall in these loose honey traps. These are called traps, okay, to make you basically demoralize. So prepare. When you have got long-term time to prepare for a long time, prepare with an action plan, prepare with a strategy. No one strategy we say is optimal, right? Based on the inputs that we are giving in videos like this, based on people like Mallesham, who is an IITian, he's from IIT Mumbai. So take experiences from him, take suggestions from him, take inputs from him, and then mold your own strategy, follow the path, be in touch with us to seek clarifications, doubts, and then we are always ready to help you, and we are committed to help you out. So thanks from my side. Over to Mallesham to carry forward, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Right.
Like as sir said, you should have a proper plan while preparing for such an exam, which is very important for the career point of view, which is the GATE exam. When you are preparing for a GATE exam, the first and most important is syllabus, right? So GATE, GATE syllabus, you can also look at on GATE website. And we provide, while teaching itself, we provide the GATE syllabus and how we cover it. So when you look at the GATE syllabus, which exactly matches with your semester preparation, but only the difference is the way you prepare for the GATE exam will be, which is different from semester exam. As knowing would be sufficient, as 𝐿𝐴 sir said, knowing would be sufficient for writing semester exam, but that would not be sufficient for the GATE exam. So you remember what is else required other than knowing the concepts. So that is what the interpretation and applying the concepts in right direction and how quickly you apply it. So again, the applying is important, but if it takes more than 10 minutes, that applying the method, the approach would not be enough for cracking the GATE exam. So how quickly you apply the concept, that depends on how better you practice, how many times you practice, how many different ways you practice. So this is what you need to learn while preparing for GATE exam. So when we teach in our sessions, we are well experienced, like everybody has more than 10 years. Like me, I have almost 15 plus years of experience. So what we understood from the GATE exam, especially when you are attempting the GATE exam, you might know how to solve it, but that would not be sufficient to just solve it. So you have to prepare worst so that you can do best in your exam. As 𝐿𝐴 sir says, you should be always prepare the worst and you should perform the best in exam. So now let me continue, then we will come to the other points. Like you have a lot of doubts, right? You have a lot of doubts, so we'll do that. So now let's look at the other important topics of each subject, and I think sir is covered till operating systems, including algorithms. Now in theory of computation, we require the finite automata, regular expression, and context-free grammar, as well as the context-free languages. So most of the questions, 80 to 90% of the TOC weightage lies in this the three topics. So when you are able to cover this, you could score nearly 80 to 90% of the score. The last year the TOC 10 marks were given in one of the papers. So in that 10 marks, the nearly 7 marks were asked only from these three topics. So you can understand the weightage of TOC is the nearly 7 to 9, but sometimes it can go up to 10 also. So this is what happened in the last 3 years. The weightage are more than 80%. If you look at the 2023 and 2024, the 100% weightage was there in these three topics. So this is what the beauty of the topics, but to coverage, to complete them, it would take the much time, as the theory of computation will have hundreds of problems in each topic. So if you are able to solve them, then you will have the idea how to approach it. Then important topics of the compiler design. So in compiler design, you have length scale analysis will have one question from every 3 years, but important topic is syntax analysis. So only the topic which you require, this has nearly 70 to 80% of weightage. Like in syntax analysis, you will have a top-down parser, a bottom-up parser, and in that there are many concepts like type of grammars, like LL1 grammar, LR grammars. So many concepts are there. So you should aware of them, and you can predict, like if there are 6 marks asked, then among that 3 to 4 marks you will see from this topic. And recently the code optimization was added to the syllabus, then you will be having 1 or 2 questions, 1 or 2 marks from this topic too. So these two topics are the highly weightage, the topics from the compiler. And important topics from the DBMS. Here you see normalization, which is regularly being asked in GATE exam. And apart from this, the queries, tuple or relation calculus or relational algebra or SQL, these queries are also every year 1 or 2 questions you will see. And other than this, you will be having like indexing, transactions, and Vijay sir will deal with them. So you will be knowing that all these topics are so easy when you attend the classes from the Vijay sir. And sir just told what are the topics from the operating systems. I hope you heard that. Then from digital logic, and the 4 to 6 marks is a weightage, so which is easy to secure. Like you practice, like even 1 week, you will get the full marks from the digital logic. Especially for computer science, the digital logic is one of the easiest subject, and which is dealt by the Chandan sir. And Chandan sir, CJ sir, teaches beautifully number systems and combinations and K-map and minimization and other topics too. And these are the 3 topics where you need to focus more and very easy to secure the full marks. And from computer networks, and Gaurav sir will handle, like he's an industry expert, and then he teaches beautifully like IP addressing, routing protocol, TCP/IP headers. I hope some of the students are from the paid batches. For them, the computer networks already started, and the feedback was so excellent. Like you have the fragmentation and all these topics. And when you look at the past 20 to 30 years, the IP addressing is one of the important topic from the computer networks. Right, and fragmentation, almost every year one question comes in the fragmentation too. And the engineering and discrete mathematics, linear algebra, 1 or 2 questions, probability 1 or 2 questions, and graph theory many questions, because graph theory is connected to data structures, algorithms, and discrete mathematics. So this is one of the important topic in entire the syllabus. And logic and quantifiers is definitely 2 marks happening every year. So you look at this, 2, definitely 6 marks only from these topics on an average, and other few questions you will see 3 to 4 marks from here. Okay. And so now I have provided the best the topics or important topics which are having high weightage in the past 30 years. Of course, there is a possibility to change that weightage, but it's just like plus or minus 1, so plus or minus 2, that would be acceptable, right? Now when it comes to best resources, I'll tell you, before going to the best resources, let me discuss with some of the students who are waiting in the chat. When you are preparing for GATE exam, like sir, I have 10 years of gap, shall I write GATE 2026? Yeah, it's all your choices, whether you have 1 year gap or 10 years gap, 15 years gap. If you really want to do MTech in IITs, then the gap that you would manage, right? What did you do in the gap? Did you run a business? Did you join any company, or did you run a company? All are acceptable in the world, because right knowledge is important, not what is your past. Getting my point? So you might have the gap, but you are the responsible to explain what was the gap about. So you are the responsible to fill what was the gap about. So you are only the one who can explain why did you get that gap. So gap really matters when you are not able to explain. Gap will not matter when you are able to explain properly. So it's all your choices, it's all your decisions, how you can manage it. Okay, great. Yes, all the new IITs who are having the doubt, rather than joining IITs, prefer first IITs. That's what the India is all about, that we have the beautiful institutes, and definitely IITs are the brand, and they are beautiful for computer science. You have the good placements in even new IITs. Okay, do not worry about computer science student, and all of the IITs are having a very good infrastructure and faculties. So you will be definitely having the opportunities from even new IITs. Okay. Now, sir, what are the resources that you should utilize for your GATE 2026 or in future GATE preparation? The first thing is, that there are textbooks, very beautiful textbooks, excellent textbooks from the standard authors, but it takes time to prepare the 12 to 13 subjects. Preparing 12 to 13 textbooks minimum would definitely take time. So you should be optimized for preparing the GATE exam. If you are doing semester preparation, you will be having 5 to 6 subjects. Maybe you can refer textbooks as per your university syllabus. But here, even though you know the syllabus, but going through textbook would be difficult, as you might not be referred textbooks in your universities. You might not be preparing the way you required for the GATE exam. That is the reason today you require the best resources to prepare for GATE exam. And always remember, the hard work and dedication and consistency is must in your preparation, right? That's what. Knowing is not enough to prepare for GATE. You must take the actions You must do the action as per requirement. The first thing is the trusted lectures. Of course, what you believe, that is the trust. When you don't believe, that is not a trust. If you can't believe, here you can't make a trust. But when you believe, you can create the trust. The trust depends on the reviews. Trust depends on your understanding. So get an awareness, aware, and what resource you should start with. Like, there are plenty of resources, no doubt, but always remember, you must have a good trusted resource, right? Whether it is right or wrong, once you trust, you should follow it. Okay, so always start with your trusted lectures and then go with the standard books if required, but do not read entire textbook. Then what kind of preparation is required from textbook? If suppose in my theory of computation, in case you are not able to understand undecidability, then you should go to textbook and read it what you require. Even you don't understand, then read it, then you will understand, okay, whatever the class it was covered, okay, that might be sufficient because there is no textbook required if all the concepts are covered in the class. Then you will believe it. Is it really required textbook or not? After reading textbook also you will not able to understand, then that is a problem with the approach of the concept. So I recommend go to the standard textbooks when you do not understand from the classes. Might help you sometimes to understand with good explanations, good practical applications. That's why when particular topic you are not able to satisfy yourself, then for such topics you may go for textbooks, and then you must practice the PYQs from the past years. May go for 10, 20, 30 years based on your availability. If you are preparing from now, when you have 8 to 10 months of time, you can touch every PYQ and you can understand the difficulty of the PYQs from every topic and every subject in the syllabus. So when you understand the level of difficulty, then you can ready to face it by understanding the right approach for it. Because we are there to help you what could be the right approach for solving such questions. So there are always, at least, you will see it every GATE exam, few percent, like, the 2 to 5% of the GATE questions, out of box questions. You prepare something, but you'll face something else. Even though concepts are connected, like you might be studied TOC and you did not study discrete mathematics, they might ask the question which is combined from both the subjects. Then you will face the difficulty of the questions. The reason is you are not ready with the entire syllabus. So 𝐂𝐤𝐴 sir told that you must prepare with every topic. You should not assume like I'll skip the topic, because you do not know how the questions will be connected and which subject, which topic will be connected with another topic from another subject, right? Then you must have the proper way to prepare. Yeah, 8 months, even 6 months would be enough, but you require more effort, more hard work when you are having less time. But when you are having more time, then you will have a comfortness to complete everything. Okay. Yes, Chaitanya. We always start with basics. That's why we started regular courses and rank booster. Rank booster for those who have the concepts, and the regular courses who wanted to start from basics. So if you are looking for from basics, then definitely you should start with the weekday or weekend regular course. But do not join the rank booster if you are not prepared already. So those people who have prepared last year, but they were not able to qualify, they were not able to secure, then they can come to rank booster and they can do more practice so that they can have the advantage in GATE 2026. And the third important, after knowing the trusted resources for videos and the PYQs, then test series. The test series makes an impact in your preparation when you are ready with your syllabus and concepts. Like you have prepared well, you have revised well, you have practiced well. Now, how do you know that you have done well? You can't assume that I have done well. So test series will give you an idea what mistakes you can do when you face an exam. Like you have a time bound 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Then in that 3 hours, 65 questions are there. How many mistakes you are doing, even though you studied all the concepts? So that analysis you can get from test series. It will help you the what mistakes you are doing in exam, so that you can practice regularly to avoid such mistakes. So test series is one of the advantage. But when do you start? You can start from the next month if you have completed at least one subject, and go to that subject. Whatever the tests are there from that subject, you can attempt once you have done your preparation. Okay, but don't do without a preparation, don't do without revision, don't do without a practice. So once you have done preparation with a revision and practice, then go to test series. Then you will get an idea. You know, out of, let's say, 100 marks you don't do for initially for subject. Let's say we have assigned 20 marks. Out of 20 marks, you are able to get 10 to 15 marks. Then other 5 marks are, you know, the mistakes that you are doing. You can slowly improve yourself, right? The first day when you face the test, you will not get 20 by 20. Even you are getting 10 by 10, that would be right. Okay, so you can improve slowly. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you have any questions after this, so before winding up with this, the plan, so what we have covered here, like what is the weightage of each subject, so that you will know every subject is an important. Every subject is an important. You cannot ignore any subject, because by preparing 5 subjects, I want to secure the best. May not be possible for all the people. So you should know, like, you try to cover up entire syllabus with best effort and with the best preparation. Then out of 100 marks, you may secure 60, 70, 80, 50, depends on your, you know, attempt. Yeah. Then that was the initial coverage of why did we cover weightage. Then important topics in every subject, which will give you an idea, like after covering entire subject, what are the topics you should practice regularly, so that in the exam, at least 70 to 80% of the marks will be secured with the confidence, right? Those topics which are very important, those topics which you are not able to have a confidence, then you give more time to practice. Okay. Then third, the best resources always helps you to put your preparation in the right direction. So you want to prepare best, then go with all the possible the choices that you have. Best resources and awareness of the gate preparation, the weightage, and then important topics. When you are preparing that important topic, then you must give more time to understand if you are not good at that topic. Okay, great. We provide basically all the people we are here, like Vijay sir, Khalil sir, and me, and Satish sir, Chandan sir, we always, you know, support the students. We encourage to ask more doubts. Isliye, in the class, we take every doubt that is happening in the class. If any doubt which is not, you know, up to standard, then at least we'll cover at the end, so that it will not disturb our class. And we value every doubt from every student, and even it is not the proper doubt, we will handle in right way, but we will not ignore any student. We'll try to help you to improve your preparation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Magesh. So those people who have prepared hard for 1 to 2 years, and you are not able to decide whether you should take the another year gap, so I will recommend you to do 2 things. Even you go for the job, no guarantee you will get a job quickly. And even you go for GATE, you have a doubt whether you can crack or not. Then what you can do, take the 2 choices and manage the resources effectively, and ensure that at least one of them you do it. And primary preparation you can keep for the GATE, because you did last 2 years or 1 year. And along with it, also start coding yourself and make yourself ready for the today's industrial jobs, right? So that whenever you get a job, you can parallelly prepare for GATE. If you don't get a job, anyhow, you are already going in a GATE track, so that you can ensure that your career is in safe hands. Vicky, yes. We encourage we will conduct doubt sessions. You can ask in doubt sessions, or you can, we have Telegram groups. You can ask doubts and tag us. If you don't get any reply, we will definitely give you the answer in Telegram and any other platform. Like you can also ask the doubts on GFG too. Yeah, you might try it, Suryansh. You might try NITs. You may get lower NITs if you are interested to just for sake of degree MTech. You can go for NITs, and if you are interested for teaching or placements and plan for your future, like in 2 years, mold yourself like how to get a job even you don't get a placements. Then you can prefer to go for even lower NITs. You may get the admission. Okay. Yes, Bala Sahib. You are the second year student, how to manage college exams and project with the gate preparation. So if you want to manage, then the time management is the first important in your second year or third year. So what is the time management here especially? What is the time management? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here, if you are in second year or third years, right? The first and most important is the time management. What is the time management here? When you have 24 hours of time, you have the college timings fixed. And now the problem is how to handle your project and how to handle your gate. Like if you have the college duration, let's say 8 hours of the time, the remaining 24 hours, the 8 hours when you remove, still you have left with 16 hours. In that 16 hours, you sleep for 7 hours, still you have 9 hours. In that 9 hours, leave 2 hours for something, journey, eating, for something else. Still you have 7 hours. In these 7 hours, devote that 4 hours for it, 3 hours for project, and would be more than sufficient for your preparation, right? In case if you get holidays and Sundays and whatever the days which you have no work from your college, then you have enough time to devote. Like you can do more revisions and practice, you can spend more time on project. So the main thing is how you control all the situations yourself, and for that you require the dedication and regular consistency in your preparation, and doing much hard work by expecting the career goals. You must have the goal properly and look at your vision. To go for that vision, you must have the regular practice, right? Just one day you plan and you don't execute it, that will not work. You make a plan that suits you. You make a plan that you can do it with 100% confidence. Okay. Mostly Karan will be launched in the next month. So we will be announcing that, Karan. Yeah, Prachi. There is no marks needed for NIT. It depends on every year. Every year the marks will vary. But if you get more than 50 marks, you will get in NITs mostly based on the last few years. But sometimes it may not be even sufficient. Every year the marks will vary. Okay. All right. In case if I have left with any questions, I'll take up. With 500 gate score, can I get into PhD? Yes, possible when you have a good CGPA, when you have already done research work, when you have industry experience, when you have a good profile along with your gate score. You may be called for a written test interview, but you will not get a PhD without conducting written test and interview. You must perform well. Then only they will take you for PhD. Just gate score would not be sufficient to get research admissions, right? Even first ranker also may not get the research if he is not going to perform interview well. Okay. Yes, K1507. We should solve questions immediately after finishing topics. After subject, no, don't go for after subjects. Every day, whatever the questions we cover, whatever the concepts we cover, and give maximum practice and effort. That day you will get more confidence. That will help you for the next topic to perform well. If you keep pending for to complete the subject, and subject has 1,000 concepts, 1,000 problems. When will you complete them, right? Please don't wait for completing the subject. And I have seen last year, like some people say that, complete the subject syllabus as much as possible, as much as quickly possible. But at the end, you cannot do practice well because there are hundreds, thousands of problems and you don't have that much time to practice. But now, today, if we cover one concept, one topic, whether it is 50 problems or 100 problems, you can do it today because you understood or you're working on it so that your mind works quickly because you have learned today. Okay. Rahul, you try NITs, you will get as you have a reservation. Okay. Nitish, IITs you may get our research admissions, but even NITs, top NITs would be difficult. Forget about IITs, and maybe you will get lower NITs. You can try as you have OBC reservation, Nitish Gupta. But if you are interested to apply for the research, then they may call you for a test interview. There is a chance. Yeah. So thank you so much. Yeah, good evening, Chaitanya. Thank you so much for joining the session. I hope this session will help you to prepare for GATE 2026. In case if you have any other queries, then you can connect with us. We will help you to resolve. Yeah, yeah, Chaitanya, please connect with me on Telegram. I'll help you too. Thank you so much for joining the session. Bye bye. Take care.